Hello and welcome to Create the Flow. I'm Monica Freeman, host and founder of Monica Freeman Studios and Unewal. I am here to guide you in aligning with your soul's purpose, trusting your inner voice, and building a life that you truly love. You were born with a purpose, and your intuition already knows the way. Hello, love. Welcome to the show. Today's episode is all about why you absolutely must heal before you get into a relationship. This one, I hope it's not very controversial, but honestly, I think I had to learn this one the hard way because my soul contract had a lot to heal. And so I'm sharing that vulnerably to let you know that healing is absolutely necessary and there's nothing wrong with it. That it is okay to be in a place right now where you maybe don't feel whole, but you want companionship, you want love, and maybe you're even chasing love. I had a client the other day ask me a question about somebody that she's interested in dating, and they've been out for 6 months now, and she thought this guy would heal. And I asked her, did you know that he needed to heal when you met him and you were hoping this entire time things would change? Or did you come into this realization more recently? And she says to me, I always knew. And I had so much compassion for her and so much love for her because I knew in that moment, if he wasn't even aware that he needed to heal, she was putting energy into something that was never going to fulfill her. And that made me sad for her. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I shared with her. And that is basically, you cannot heal somebody, especially if they don't know that they need to be healed. But even if they do, you can help them. You can be support for them. You can be an anchor. But nobody can heal you but yourself. And the problem with choosing people who need to heal is they have their own core wounds that they are dealing with. And those wounds potentially can trigger things within you. They can make you feel unsafe and they can dysregulate you. And unfortunately, it's not even consciously something that happens most of the time. It's unconscious. A lot of times, people both need healing because two people haven't done the work. And maybe the wounds aren't the same, but they both need healing. And they jump into things too soon thinking they can heal each other or they can come together and be healed as one. But unfortunately, that trauma bonding is going to just mirror the pain that you have been feeling, that you've suppressed. It's not actually going to heal you. It's going to fuel you. And we don't want to fuel the fire. We don't want to build instability, especially if you have shared traumas, because there will never be any true intimacy in that relationship because you're never going to be your true self. You're always going to be hiding or masking or stepping on eggshells. When you heal yourself, when you actually take the time to love yourself, you start to attract the real version of you, the authentic version of you, a person who isn't in survival mode or in trauma or in codependency or abandonment or any other wound that you may be consciously or unconsciously carrying. That is really what you want because relationships are work. It's a full-time commitment to show up and be available to somebody, to love unconditionally, to hold space for somebody else. And if you do not have a strong nervous system, you will not be able to regulate together if you cannot regulate alone. You know I love nervous system regulation because I talk about it all the time. And the reason why I bring that into this equation is because if your nervous system isn't regulated, you're not even going to be able to create boundaries in your relationship. So you're going to operate from fear at times, maybe scarcity at times, maybe avoidance. You might overcompensate. You might overexplain. You might underexplain. You might shut down. You're not going to be rooted in anything other than survival. And you're never going to be able to set clear boundaries and protect your peace. This goes back to intimacy. You'll never be able to have that intimacy because you're never going to feel safe with this person or seen. You're never going to feel healed or close. In fact, in some cases, you might even self-sabotage the relationship. A lot of times we do that because when we don't want to be seen, we put up walls, or when we create narratives that aren't true, we build stories to protect us, and then that just sabotages us. We break up with people, we push people away, we hurt people, because people that need to heal hurt other people. You know the expression, hurt people hurt people? That's what healing is for. To help people, to love people, to be in unconditional situations where you are living in alignment with each other, where you don't actually need each other, you complement one another. The relationship, if you do it right and you both heal and you're in a sound, stable place, it should help you identify with your highest self. They should feel whole. It should feel so good that you want to wake up to that every day. But when you're in a trauma bond or a toxic relationship or two people that are not healed or even one person that's not healed, oftentimes one or both partners lose themselves in the relationship. They shapeshift. And that's basically when you become the other person. You know these couples. We've all either been them or seen them before. They're everywhere. They start to operate the same. They think the same. They dress the same. They act the same. And that's really unhealthy. Because you should never lose yourself in somebody else. Your identity is so important. That's your authenticity. That's who you are. That's the most beautiful thing about you because it makes you uniquely you. It's the reason why everybody loves you because you are you. I'll go back to my client. I was telling her that there's a difference between a soul connection when you absolutely love someone and it feels intuitively right and they complement you and you thrive in their energy and you guys just kind of feel safe together. You're just solid. You have a foundation. Versus when you are actually two wounded mates. So you are misaligned. You are using each other to self-soothe, maybe hold on to each other for companionship or love, or one of you is filling a void where the other one is lacking. And you have these familiar patterns that you both identify with. And since you both identify with the same trauma, you feel like you're safe together when in reality, you're not. Imagine like if you're an addict and you are not recovered. So you're still operating from that addiction. And then you decide you want to date someone else with an addiction. That's only going to fuel the problem. It's only going to burn down the house. So in order to be loved and to feel love without controlling the narrative and self-soothing and feeling like you absolutely need somebody, you have to heal, sweetheart. You have to heal internally. You have to do the work. You have to come inward and look at yourself and say, I'm committed to this. I'm showing up for myself because I know that as I heal, I'm going to attract the right person for me. And if you're not the one who needs the healing and you are in a relationship with someone that needs healing, you have to identify if this is something that is bringing you up or if it's bringing you down. If it's compromising your health, if it's compromising your nervous system, if it's compromising your lifestyle, then you have to be willing to release it. You have to be willing to protect your peace, and you have to be willing to stand up with confidence and clarity in the vision of the life that you have for yourself, for the partner that is deserving of you. And it does not mean that you don't love someone if you decide that you have to help them from afar or you have to create boundaries and distance yourself. In order for you to attract what you want to be an energetic match, you have to be clear in who you are, what you are capable of holding, and what you want. I hope this very short episode instilled a little information, clarity, love, compassion for either yours or your partner's journey to heal and to know that you're safe. You are safe. Trauma is okay. It's okay to need to heal. There's nothing wrong with somebody who needs to heal. But if they're not willing to heal, they're not ready to heal, or they are unconsciously aware that they need to heal, it is not your responsibility to come in and save the day and heal them. So I love you. I'm sending you the best vibes ever. I wish you nothing but the healthiest relationships. And I want to remind you, you are worth everything that you desire. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you'd like more information, you can follow along on Instagram at Create the Flow Podcast, or find me personally at Monica Freeman. And if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to leave a review and share it with a friend.